This week's Torah portion is called Vayetze. It's the 7th portion in the book of Genesis, and we are growing our little tribal Jewish family. Our patriarch Jacob, with his wives Leah and Rachel, along with their handmaidens, Bilhah and Zilpah, in this week's portion, they give birth to 11 sons and 1 daughter. We're going to meet the 12th son, Benjamin, in next week's portion. And the little clan that could becomes the family that will. I want to touch on one small text in this week's lesson. In Genesis 30, the Torah says that Leah gave birth to her 6th boy. And in this line, she says, Zivadani Elohim oti zevet tov, God has given me a wonderful gift. Hapam yizbaleni ishi, now let my husband make his zevul, his permanent home, we're going to come back to that, with me. Ki yaladati lo shishavanim, for I have given to him 6 sons. V'tikra et shmo Zvulun, and so she named him Zvulun, or Zebulun. And we see in this text, the reason for giving him this name, Zvulun, Zebulun, is because, as Leah says, Jacob will make his Zvul, his permanent home, through this boy. Jacob's permanent home will be made through Zebulun? What? Who is he? Our Jewish attention focuses much more on the stories of the other boys, like Joseph and Levi and Judah. So how is it that Zebulun is the child through which Jacob will make his permanent home? Enter the rabbis. And their lesson here is powerful and enduring. Later on in the text, we are told that Zebulun will dwell by the seashores, which the commentator Rashi understood to mean that Zebulun will be engaged in commerce, that Zebulun will be a businessman, like my own father was. We are told by rabbinic tradition that each of the 3 patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and now Jacob, that each of them represent specific qualities. And it's taught that Jacob represents the qualities of Torah study and Jewish learning. So again, how is it that through Zebulun, a businessman, that Jacob, representative of Torah study and Jewish learning, that he will find his permanent home? It's simple. Because we need both. Yes, we need strong Jewish study in our lives, and we need to be rooted in real-world business and commerce. For Judaism, there is no either or. For Judaism to survive, it's a both-and proposition. A rabbi once taught that the Torah is meant to serve as a manual for real living in an often less than real world. So Torah study should never be an isolated activity. Rather, the Torah and its teachings must be experienced in the context of worthy struggle. Life is not lived in a book, and home is not constructed from paper. The quality of our patriarch Jacob, Torah study, as grand as that enterprise is, it must be supported by life in the real world. Grandpa Jacob, thanks for the learning, but we must apply that Jewish learning and the values of our tradition to our daily lives as salespeople, doctors, nurses, teachers, musicians, and so on, so that way we can build a permanent home, a home that will endure both spiritually and materially. It is Jacob's passion for learning and Zebulun's passion for business that must be fused together in each of us. That makes our study more rooted, and it makes our business life holier. With this model, we are truly building a home that will last for generations. Now go out and be Torah.